Welcome to the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks Show, a series designed to give you insight into the world of self-publishing and marketing your books. Featuring your hosts, Shanon, the author behind the pen name S.C. Huston, Ben Pick, and Morgan Lee. Join us several times each month when we interview authors about their self-publishing and marketing journeys, talk to industry leaders, and discuss books about writing, self-publishing, and marketing. Also stay tuned for the best self-publishing tip or trick of the week. Hello and welcome. I'm Shanon, your host for this week's self-publishing tip or trick of the week. NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, is over, and I finished with just over $75,000 in my next fantasy romance novel, A Curse of Wings and Gems. I also finished something else that I hadn't really talked about too much, and that is the audiobook for my 27,000 plus word novella, a fantasy romance called The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince. I recorded most of this myself, and I'll be releasing the audiobook with a bundle deal on my website by this coming weekend. Setting up this bundle deal will be the first direct sales I will be doing from my website. So there's a lot I could talk about here, from recording my own audiobook to setting up direct sales, but since these are shorter episodes for the podcast, I think I'll pass on a trick when it comes to mastering your audio files. This episode will also release the same week that my partner with the authortube writing conference and I will be doing a watch party for one of the presentations from the last conference. Specifically, we will be watching and reacting to M.K. Williams' presentation, Self-Narrating and Producing an Audiobook for Newbie Authors. My partner, Margaret Pinard, actually came up with this idea and chose this presentation because she knew I was recording my first audiobook, and she's a big advocate of audiobooks. I'll include the link to M.K. Williams' free conference presentation along with the live stream link to the watch party, which is happening this coming Thursday. You'll be able to find that in the description box on YouTube or in the show notes. Oh, and the best part is that after we watch and react to the presentation, MK is actually coming on live to answer questions. You can join us in the chat and ask any questions you may have about recording your own audiobooks. If you miss the live, no worries, the same link will take you to the recorded video. Okay, so let's get into today's trick. Producing your own audiobooks can be a great way to reach more readers and tap into a growing audiobook market. There are a ton of tips out there, everything from like proper equipment, room setup, hydration, body posture. MK does a wonderful job breaking down all of these parts, from the script preparation, recording setup and tips, recording and editing in Audacity, which is a free program that I use for all of my recordings, like for even this podcast. And the last part she covers, which if you don't get a chance to see her presentation, is the trick for today, and that is using the ACX Audio Lab. She gives more information and shows a quick tutorial in her presentation, but I found this trick to be so helpful. This is something you would do after you have recorded your audio. To be able to sell and distribute your audiobook, you want to ensure your files meet audio quality standards. ACX, or Audiobook Creation Exchange, which is an online marketplace that connects authors, narrators, agents, publishers, and rights holders to create audiobooks, allows anyone to check their audio quality for free in their audio lab. And you don't have to create or distribute your audiobook with them. You do need to create an account though. I already had an account with ACX to claim the rights to my other books, even though I don't have audiobooks on them yet. And that comes from a previous trick that I talked about here on the podcast, which is to go claim your audiobooks so no one else can claim them. So since I had my account already set up, I just went straight in, logged in, and then I was able to go into the audio lab. I didn't have to put in any title data or anything. I was able to just upload my files and check them. And ACX's Audio Lab allows you to upload these MP3 files for your audiobook recording and receive an automated quality control report. This checks your audio against ACX's technical submission standards for aspects like RMS and peak loudness, bitrate consistency, sample rate, and more. Once uploaded, you get a downloadable report that displays your file specs in an easy to understand format, and it even tells you here's what you need to do to fix it. The best part is that ACX has some of the most stringent audio requirements out there. So if your file passes ACX standards with no issues, you can feel pretty confident that it will be accepted by any audiobook distributor, whether it Findaway Voices, Authors Republic, or others. If needed, use audio editing software like Audacity to improve components that don't meet the guidelines. For instance, normalizing or compressing volumes if RMS is too low or peak levels too high. Then retest new files as many times as you need. By checking your audio against ACX's rigorous standards, you not only increase your chances of success on ACX, but also set a high bar for quality that can elevate your audiobook standing across all platforms. And note, you can do this for any and all of your audio, like your podcasts. So, trick of the week. Before you hit that upload button on your audiobook project, take a detour to the ACX Audio Lab. See you next week for the next self-publishing tip or trick of the week. Thank you so much to our incredible listeners and viewers for joining us on our exploration of everything self-publishing. We hope you found our podcast to be a treasure trove of insights and inspiration. If you've enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform or thanks on our YouTube episodes. Don't forget, you can catch all of our past episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and other major podcast platforms. And if you'd like to connect with us, drop us a line at selfpubishingtipstricks@gmail.com. Keep writing, keep publishing, and we'll see you next time.